signed. At this time, I'd entertain a motion for the minutes of the last meeting.
Yeah.
Have a motion and a second for minutes, all in favor?
I need to stick it out for what you said.
Oh, no, we'll see.
You want me to sign yours down there? I'll go mine up here. I can just sign yours. At this time, old business, and we'll turn it over to Surveyor Mr. Shockley.
Yeah, first thing under old business, George Hunt. We did, get, the resolution 2022-1 from Camden. They had signed it at their last meeting to take over, or they're going to accept the jurisdiction, or the easement that we have for, the George Hunt drain on east of, 75. But, and I brought ours to sign, but when I had a contractor call and said that the landowner had taken his easement where the outlet to one of the Deer Creek away, but he didn't want it on his property, and both the plans called for that, so, I did contact Jeff or Camden, he referred me to Ken Smith, and he's supposed to be bringing me a signed, gifted easement, from that landowner, so we can verify there is an outlet before we can actually turn jurisdiction over. But it's up to you guys, what you wanna do, if you wanna wait till, we get that from them, and then if we have to have a short meeting, the next commissioner's meeting, maybe every quarter or something, just to approve that or not.
And we can wait till the meeting.
I mean, I know they have awarded the contract already, so I don't know when he's planning on starting, and technically he shouldn't start until after we have it signed, so.
But with the rumors going around that they had the illegal meeting, can they still award that contract?
I don't know, it's up to.
I mean, if we give our easement away and then this falls, don't go through, we're out of our easement if we need to.
Right.
So my recommendation is to table this until we got all documents. Dev's got a question.
Don? What, both routes that were proposed, that the contractors were given to bid on, are they on the same property?
Yeah, they were on Mike Leonard's property.
What's the name?
Mike Leonard, or Michael Leonard, it's under.
Okay, and I'm asking that because I'm doing a story about that, and I understood that only one route was taken away, so both, okay.
Because that road vacated, so he owns half of the road, they was put right along the edge of the road, so he would own that too. So-
Okay, okay,
So, that's what we were supposed to get verification.
okay, well, that comes in handy for my 1 o'clock interview.
Yeah.
So that's good for me to know, because I was pretty confused about all that. Okay, great.
And then, also, for the George Hunt, in December, we continued a hearing to whether to put that drain on maintenance till this meeting here, so I don't know if you might wanna continue it again for a few months, just to make sure everything does go as it's supposed to be.
I say we go ahead and have it, but I think there's somebody here, I don't wanna waste.
Well, yeah, I mean, we have the,
Right.
like 11/15, that's what we'll come back to, we gotta wait till that time to do that, but, so I figured, we'd go ahead and get everything else done and come back to that, and it's be like,
Do we need a motion to table the signing of the resolution?
Yes. Yeah, we do.
Yes.
Motion to table?
Yeah. I got a motion to table a resolution, what number was it again on it?
Well, we don't have it.
We don't have one yet.
We won't have
For
it.
the George Hunt.
It'll just be a resolution.
All in favor? Motion passed.
Okay. With that, it's that time of year again, budgets, pretty much, I'll give you a copy, just left everything the same as it was, this year, other than we, I put in, well, I did last year $6,000 for TED, but I think this year we got 5640, so, maybe just be a little bit of an increase, if anything, but it's, I did, just leave everything else, the dollar amounts that we got from them last year, just left it as that, council, and, I did request $30 a meeting for the members, put that last year, they do as a group, so whatever it is, the very least put them for it, see where it goes, so.
Need a motion to approve budget?
Second.
I have a motion and a second, all in favor? Aye, motion passes. All three of them?
So they sent, their advertisement for bids, relocation, drain relocation, either this route or this route. And now neither one of them are available.
With that, we are down to, new business orders, basically had 3 new work orders for the last month. 3722s that David, or David,
If
number one,
these-
David
if
called
these
number
neither
2,
of
this one
these
down about
routes
to go up on 75.
Are okay.
We had a
then they have to
sinkhole
remove
there,
them.
got, one contractor, he's already got it fixed. They just planted it when we got the call, so we kinda got it fixed real quick. Did minimal damage, so they wanted it fixed, so. The number 3822 is the, number 63, Quinn Montgomery drain, it's basically
Yeah, I'm not
in town
understanding
drainage. Where the sinkholes at pasture lot, so it's not in a field, so I'm gonna give it to a contractor, he's hoping to get it the next week or two.
Is there any animals out in the pasture?
No, it just kinda, it was an old pasture and an extra lot with a house, and so they got, the lady said she had things around the block of it, so, it's been there for, since last fall, I guess, but she just never been calling him about it, so. And then, number 3922, this is number 84, Gates and Show, Scott Drain, it's up there on range line, just south of 1100 north there. And they had a report of a sinkhole there, and they gave out to the contractor up there, I'm sure it's probably done, but now he said he got the bill to the ship. Cause they just planned the same thing, they want it fixed right now, whatever it was beat, so they were gonna, and it's right along the road, not too far off the road, so they figured we wouldn't get much damage there.
What does, when you contact a contractor about something like that, what's it typically cost to have to come out and fix it?
It just depends on, it's usually, about $125 an hour for an excavator, backhoe, with the labor, operator, and they usually charge like $50 extra for another laborer to be there, so it's about $225 an hour to have somebody doing that. Unless we bid it, I mean, for repair stuff, we just use it to do the time and material, but, I mean, if we bid stuff, we can bid it, clean ditches, we can do it by the foot, or however much, get quotes and stuff like that.
You have a pretty good amount of contractors available to do that.
We got a couple, 3 of them that strictly just want to take jobs, they got too much overhead, they can't really stay, use a day just to go out and fix little sinkholes, and make a couple $1,000, it's not enough for them, so. And then we do have Haas Excavating out of Rockville, Eastmark Cable out of, Florida there, Austin Ladd has done some work for us. We got, Rural Brothers started up a division, they was doing some projects for a farmer down in one of our, couple of St. Louis mains, so they went ahead and I had them fix it, and they provided insurance that wants to do just north of the Basher River, so, and the other one's we just kinda, but then also it's fatal going to, if we need something done right away, we go do it the quickest from there. But they're all within $25 of each other, usually on that labor and stuff like that, is pretty, I think everybody kinda talk back and forth and keep things, yeah, so.
There's no Mark Cable did that, I know he does a lot of septic tanks and stuff like that.
Yeah, and he does a lot of
Yeah, I think
cemeteries, he's in charge of the bachelor run too, I think, as far as getting contractors picked out to work on that, and, then he usually does it for farmers, and he's done some things for me in a pincher, he's been working on a project for a farmer, so he just says if I ever need something, just call him and we'll see what he can do, so. Yeah, with that, mileage for the month of May was 126 miles, trying to keep that down with the cost of fuel. We will have some projects coming up, we don't have to have some time running back and forth checking on things. But, money for the month of May was $300 from permits, and year-to-date is due the month of May is $16.25 for the year. We are running a little bit behind on the economy the way it is, slowing down projects, so. And our next meeting will be Monday the 18th at 11. And now, we'd like to,
Go back to the, do we
Yeah.
need to close the regular drainage work minute?
no, that's just work the hearing, yeah.
Alright. At this time, we're gonna open up the George Hunt maintenance hearing. I'll turn it back over to the surveyor, Mr. Shockley.
Yeah, just wanna let you know, like I said, we just tabled this from, or continued it from December, and like I say, I think we're getting close to having everything done, but as far as getting things worked out to Canyon, so we'll be putting it on maintenance possibly, depending on what the current landowners want that's still out in the watershed, so they're only road out to, possible.
When you were here with the mayor more.
So, Ross is here, so I don't know if you, what do you
I
got?
think there's only 3 of them in this, right?
Yeah.
Your mayor.
And then Dean.
You have anything you want to let us know, Bub?
Yeah,
Come on up and introduce yourself. so we-
sure. Ross Larimore, live south of Camden here. Yeah, I was just curious, I guess. I was under an interpretation that pretty much everything was done, except I didn't realize that we approved the new way or whatever. But I guess my question is, when the paperwork gets signed and this is all taken care of and Town of Camden takes over that drain, it's my opinion that there would really be no use for the drain that would be on my side of the road, which would be, on the west side of 75, since all that water would be getting diverted and going to the creek. So that would leave Dean Pride, myself, and then my dad, Richard Larimore, on that drain. And I guess I would ask, once this is all complete, why, we would abandon that tile, right? I mean, there's no reason to keep that open for 3 people when it's capped on both sides of the 75, correct?
Yeah, that's what we're looking at,
We just wanna we're trying to protect you, those landowners over there before we even do anything with that.
Totally understand that, I'm kind of looking forward to, if that all goes through, I guess, I guess my thought would be that if it's capped on Leonard's side of 75 and my side of 75, there would be no reason for the county to keep that under maintenance, and they should abandon that tile, would be my thoughts.
yeah, that's why we're gonna try to continue this hearing to that point, and maybe I'm gonna request to go like 3 months out, so maybe everything be done with Camden, and then, Dean Cripe, I think, is looking at wanting it just vacated, and he'll put in an 8-inch line and take care of, what's coming through there, and then he said he was gonna work with you on, or the.
Cause right there, south of your place, it's always wet, that's where the tile's at, right? No, it goes through your.
It goes through my
Yeah,
driveway.
it goes through your driveway, but it's always wet there next to you.
It's
I
wet.
wanna make sure you're,
It is wet to the south, but I think that was more pond
Yeah, that was
height before
on
the
water,
water.
got higher.
Because it hasn't, I mean, obviously we're in the job, but it hasn't been nearly as wet the past year and a happen typically is.
We just wanna make sure you're.
Yes, and I'm just trying to protect myself too, where I don't want, I wouldn't want to kind of leave that tile under maintenance and 3 people pay for it. You know, that obviously wouldn't make sense, especially when that watershed isn't being diverted that way anymore. That would be my main concern. And then my other question was, and I understand we'll address that at future meetings, because we have to officially abandon that at a meeting, drainage board meeting, right?
Yeah, we have to vacate it.
Okay.
There'll be a petition signed.
I was gonna say, would I need to be here and my father to, you know, recommend us vacating that?
I think if, I'm right, if we have all 100% of landowners on the signature on their vacation, it's just a simple, just a quick hearing to
And that's
vacate
something
it.
that would come in the mail down and we basically sign off.
Or I can get with you and just get.
Okay.
We'll get a
That's fine,
signature.
I didn't wanna get caught with that for some crazy reason. My other question would be, and this may not be for you guys to answer, but when that work is being done and they cap it on Mike Leonard's side, and then they come to my side to cap it, that does go right through my asphalt driveway, and they're gonna be tearing up a lot of landscaping, driveway to fix that, which I'm okay with. I just wanna make sure they put it back how it is. So would you recommend taking pictures, taking videos to make sure when they are done that it is exactly how they found it, or what would be the recommendation of the board?
Yeah, cap both sides. They gotta do by the state recommendation and fill the concrete.
Underneath the 75?
Yeah, that's why they gotta cap it on that side, and they'll fill a hole, and then they'll cap it on that side to keep water from trying to.
Would that be, if Alan George, if he was awarded, would he be the one doing that, honey, or would someone else?
Well, he may have some, I don't know.
A sub possibly for him?
Yeah, I don't know, that's, I haven't seen any of that
I just,
information, but we
legality
do
wise,
have
I
to
just-
work, Ted and I's already talked a little bit, we're gonna have to get a petition, or not petition, a permit to allow them to work in our right of way, since they don't have jurisdiction over there.
Oh,
So,
okay. 'Cause
so
you
we're
have
gonna
your-
have, we have something like that in or the permit to, where they gotta return it to the way the condition was before.
Well, I guess if we have to put that in paper, I know we do it with a lot of documents, I'd like to, if possible, submit pictures of what it looks like.
And I can do that too, yeah, so they gotta.
Cause that way they can't say, well, that's what it looked like, and they put, you know, they don't repave it or whatever they need to do to make it.
Top part of it, just put gravel.
Yeah, exactly. And I could sell them some limestone and stuff, but, you know, I don't.
But yeah, we'll definitely get pictures, and, I mean, I can come out and take them even before.
That would be great.
And I think, hopefully, if I remember right, it's right at the edge of the driveway, so we're hoping.
It is, it kinda goes right through that
Yeah.
flower bed area on
Yeah.
both sides of it, but if they have to have an excavator in there digging stuff out. it's
Yeah,
gonna
they're
tear it
gonna
up quite a
disturb
bit.
dirt, yeah, and stuff,
Yeah.
so.
Okay.
But yeah, they should have, anything cut square and repatch pavement and everything, so should, but we'll make sure they do that. And like I say, that's the next thing me and Ted's gonna work on, getting that ready.
Okay, yeah, that was pretty much all I had, I just wanted to get your opinion on that, and about abandoning the tile and those come to fruition. I appreciate it, thank you.
Thank you, Sean.
Yep.
Jack,
Yes.
the hearing?
But we,
Yeah.
part of it, yeah, but basically, I guess, I was thinking maybe 3 months from now, September meeting, September,
Okay.
continue this till then, and then, as long as we get it done by the end of the year, what we're gonna do, vacating the rest of it, whatever, and then that.
What is it, September 19th?
Yeah, probably, that sounds right. But, we could continue to then, and then, by then, hopefully, Camden's got everything taken care of, and we can move forward.
Then it will be no longer a George Hunter Ranch. Wow, you should have heard that name again.
Yeah, yeah, it's been, I started in 14 talking to Camden. Yeah. So I've had the same years down here, 10 years, 10 years, so it's been a while. Yeah. So hopefully, we got things are getting close to, then you want to, I guess we're gonna need to make a motion to continue it to September 19th. 11:15, just to be safe again.
We'll do that, Lauren.
Yeah.
So we got a motion and a second to table the public hearing again, is it public hearing?
Yeah. Well, be the hearing, maintenance hearing.
Maintenance hearing till September 19th at 11:15 a.m.
Continue, you're
Continue.
yeah, not table, continue.
any
Butch?
questions? I got two people.
Is, we have any idea who James Hunt was?
Or George Hunt?
George Hunt, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I could look back, there, a lot of it's just reference. Yeah, a lot of it's usually done by the names of landowners at the time, that the tile was put in back in the 1800s or whatever.
Yeah.
I do have a question, I guess, if that officially does get abandoned, then where I would wanna build a barn, Donnie, that becomes irrelevant, setbacks and stuff like that if it's abandoned, correct?
Make sure you put the man cave in it.
Oh, it's gonna happen. If I can ever afford the lumber for it.
Yeah.